Hi, and welcome back. This is Rob Thomas, your Everything Microsoft Cloud Architect. And today we're going to jump into um, relationship management process with D365. Now, I mentioned in previous videos, the dynamics, the Microsoft Dynamic 365 terminology, right? So now I'm going to condense it. Instead of saying Microsoft Dynamic 365 sales, I'm going to say D365. So you'll hear that term a lot in the industry, and it just refers to Dynamics 365 sales, right? So today we're going to jump into the whole account management process. Like, how do you manage those relationships? And that means that you got a lead and that lead got converted, right? And now that lead is an account and a contact. But let's say you got a sales rep and they're actually physically going out there to create an account. They found this lead on their own, right? They had this lead and they converted that lead, or it didn't need to be a lead. They brought this account in and this customer wants to buy. You're not going to create a lead and just quickly go through the whole process to convert it. You're just going to go into the system and immediately create an account, create a content, create an opportunity, right? So without further ado, let's give a shout out to our sponsor, and that is going to be Enterprise Software Solution, the Software's Dudes, for any of your Microsoft Azure, Copilot, Power BI, Microsoft 365, Microsoft Dynamics 365, all of their products, Microsoft iTunes, Microsoft SQL Server, Microsoft Windows Server needs or SharePoint needs. Highly recommend reaching out to Enterprise Software Solution, the Software Dudes. You can see these are the customers. I'm a customer, I'm a partner. Highly recommend them. When you come to this page, just make sure you go to the top right corner, click on schedule a meeting, and you can just schedule a time with them. You can scroll to the bottom and get their phone number and give them a call if that doesn't work. So again, reach out to this team for them to help you. All right. So let's jump into this. I'm in an opportunity here. I'm just going to go back to my dashboard. And what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the contact and accounts section. So we're going to create an account. But now in a world of sales, relationship truly runs and controls and manages almost everything, right? Relationships are so important. But managing customers' interaction, follows up, engagement across multiple deals can get overwhelming and can get overwhelming really fast. I mean, how do you track it all, right? Versus just putting on an Excel sheet, lives on your computer, and when you leave the company, you take all that data with you. Like, that's creating a problem for you running your business. Now, today we're diving into Dynamics 365 Sales, D365, to show you how to centralize customers' detail, interactions, and business history via the account record and the contact record that connects to that. So, and this all is happening in one place. Now, the goal is to ensure you always know what's happening and stay ahead of the customer needs with ease. So let's imagine this. You've been handed a new big account, and let's see what we can do. I'm thinking of the account. I got an account in mind. Maybe it's the account we created. But no. Let's just say this. You've been handed a big account. The account is called Trey Research, right? And because someone left the company, you have the opportunity of closing soon. So how do you do it quickly to get it up to speed? The timeline is key to that, right? So the timeline tracks all the activities, right? So let's click on it. And since we have it up, let's I don't know why this has been funky lately. I'm going to change the view. Yeah, let's go here. Yeah, it's funky. You're supposed to click on that record. It's supposed to come up, but it's funky. I'm going to have to see how this test account that I spun up. Anyway, now, again, the timeline tracks all activity, right? Emails, calls, meetings, regardless of who those activities occurred with. This breaks the traditional silo where communication is stuck in the individual, Outlook inbox, right? So we've all been there. So you can see AI is just kind of working its magic and doing things. I'm going to condense this down a little bit. I'm going to drop that, give me a little bit more screen space. And basically, so I have the account. And what we're talking about here is if I go if I go here to, it's not in details, right? I'm in summary. I'm used to the Juggernaut, the other competitor CRM tool where I'm clicking on details and I'm going to find the activities, right? But I love it's just right here. And this is it. You can create all this activity on here, right? So basically what we wanted to do is I want to use a filter button, and I'm going to filter this record for what might be overdue. I want to see an email sent over a month ago, and I probably need to touch base immediately mitigate that risk and save this deal, right? So I'm going to do that with this filter. So this looks like a filter. For those of you who are in the CRM world, you're like, oh yeah, it look like a filter icon. It is. So if I click on this filter icon, what is it going to do? It's going to show me all of the measures by which I can filter this by. And apologies, just taking a little slower. It's just a lot slower. And if I click here, I can show you what my parameters by which I can filter this by, right? So I'm going to filter right here over overdue. And I just have to click that. And I can see that there's 2 overdue records, right? So if I click that, right, and then just let it refresh the timeline, it's going to show me those 2 records that are overdue. So, and that's what I want to do, right? I want to see what is overdue to mitigate risk, and then start my process of reaching out to figure out how I'm going to save this account. Right. So now these 2 records popped up, and as I look at it, I'm able to see, okay, got it. This record looks good. If I want to click here to view more, or I can, it's showing me more. It's showing me it's tied to this opportunity. It's tied to another opportunity, right? And it looks like this one was 12. So all the same day. So I'm just going to click the first one and see the context is I didn't want to actually do this one. I'm going to go back. I should click the bottom one. Yeah. Let me go back over to, I'm going to click that again. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this bottom one right here. Yeah, this is the one I wanted, right? So Alex Baker. So, all right. So now I know I can select Alex Baker, right? So I can switch to view and select Alex Baker, who's the contact, right? And see only interactions specific to her. And this will give me my customer's history at a glance, right? So now I'm like looking at this. I can see the opportunity. I want to save this. You know, it's in the proposal phase. It's overdue. Something's up. So I'm going to click on that. And this is the beauty of this. Like I'm clicking on these records. They're pulling up. I'm able to see like what's going on. And then boom, I can see her face. I can see, you know, some things that are happening, right? So this is good. Like I could basically do this and then just go in here and just send her an email. Just trigger an email. It's going to go to Alex and then, you know, start that whole process. So you can just kind of see here. And I can just do this all in this environment, and it connects to my Microsoft Outlook, and I can see it, and things are good, right? I can do it out of the instance. This card changes. All right. So the timeline helps manage existing relationships, but how do you create a new one, right? We use the account feature, which stores all of those details in history. So go to the account list, and I'm going to click the new button. And so I have my account list here. I can go to all my all account list right here, and I can see, and I will go here, like click this right here, and then I'll click the new button right there. And then boom, you see, and this looks familiar, right? From our last video, what we would do. Oh, right there. Oh, same thing, right? So I can go here and create a new account like that, right? So let's add a new customer, Fourth Coffee, and update the basic information. So so it's here. Let me see. I want to go here. I'm going to give it Fourth Coffee Group. I'm going to call it Group, right? And I'm going to make up some phone number. I'm using these Irvine, Southern California numbers. Just making up numbers. And I need to set a primary contact. So I could go in here and I could say, you know, I don't have a primary contact because it's a new company. So I could probably click new here and just say Mandy, right? Patterson, or Mandy, Kent, like that. And then I'll say like COO, and I don't want to attach it to anything yet. I'll say like Mandy dot Kent. And then just like, again, just making up these numbers. Right. Oh, whoopsie. I didn't give it. What did I want it to say? Fourth coffee group. I'll just call it like fourth coffee. Like that. .com. Test details. So you can just kind of see. I'm not going to put the address in, right? I'm going to save and close. I'm just showing you how cool this is. Look at that. It was a record on top of a record. It connected it as I create the account, right? I'm just going to give it annual revenue. Like, let's say this is 956. Now say 95 million number of employees, 500. Yeah, that doesn't feel realistic. And then and test details, right? And then I'm going to leave that, right? I'm going to go do save and close. So I created an account, right? So this is awesome. I can click and view the record that I just created. So let's do that. Boom. Fourth quarter group came up. And then you're going to notice after I click saved, like details, files, and assets. So, like, boom, these things are not filled out. I could see relationship analysis, right? I'm going to leave this. This is new. And it needs details. It's still like kind of blank, right? So I can go in here and just basically, like I did previous relationships, say like this private, and go in here and just say like that. I could just start just filling stuff out. Allow. Yeah, looks good, right? And hit save. Boom. Right. Check this. That looks good. So my account is in here. It's set up. And then I have a contact. So if I go back to summary, like I'm attached to a contact right here. So this is the key. Like I need a contact. I can't be creating this without a contact, right? And I can say, task, something new you're gonna see me do here, like follow-up call on account, right? Test details. I'm just gonna say test details. Give it a due date, right? And priority. I'm gonna make it high. Save and close. So now I added an activity, right? So that was cool. Now, of course, data changes, and I forgot put in an address, so we can return to the record. And I'm gonna put in something like if I go back down here, something like that. And I created the record, right? It didn't add the address. And then my address field should be populating, but it's being a little funky today. I'm just putting in anything here, right? Let me hit save. All right, cool. So I got an address in here. I don't really got a website. Yeah, it's bothering me. I gotta have some type of fake website, or I'm going a little crazy. So let's say I just threw a website in there, and then look at that. Look how easy that is. Now I'm creating records. I'm engaging, and things are looking dope. Now, although I went to the account to create the records, there is no need to do that. I mean, you can quickly create an account lead and contact from anywhere in the dynamics using the quick create option, which is here, right? So you saw me do it over here. That's cool. But again, like you can always come in here and just go in here. In a future video, I'll show you opportunities. We can go in here and just quickly create an account opportunity and then just start messing around and fooling around with it. Again, some advanced features, a guerrilla tactics, I want to say is that you can create more lists here where it have more fields, right? So again, you're not stuck with these fields. You can have like 100 fields. You can create a little section and just have like 50 fields and, all that. And then you could create some automation on here where these fields get automatically filled out. That's more advanced techniques because, again, sales reps, they don't want to be data entry. So the more automation you can create in this infrastructure, the more cooler it's going to be and more efficient. You need these records to be filled out, and the more records you have filled out, you can create better reports off of that, and you can measure your business better. All right. So you now know how to centralize, update, and manage your accounts, showing every customer detail is stored and tracked. Your action item today is to use this quick plus button today, which is right here, right? And add a new business account to your Dynamics 365 environment and start centralizing your data immediately. Now, tell me, what is the one piece of information you always forgot during a handoff that the Dynamics timeline could capture? If you found this tour helpful, please give it a like and be sure to subscribe for more Dynamics 365 training. Thanks so much and see you in the next one.